thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What is going on, guys? It is Zirksee today with another YouTube video. Today, I'm going to show you guys the best power-up sets to do. Now, I'm not going to show you guys just a couple of power-up sets. I'm going to show you guys the best one from each team, because I feel like if I skipped over a team, someone would eat me alive in the comment section for not going over their favorite team. But if you guys have any of these NAT guys, they're also new, there also is a NAT set that you guys can do for these. So there is the tier 3, and it does, take less tokens. But if you have any NAT cards, definitely go ahead and do these sets. It is definitely worth it to upgrade these guys, and not only just for this set, but also because there's going to be upgrades all year long. Now, I'm not sure if it's just for Team Week of Football Outsider. I'm pretty sure it's for any sort of upgrades these guys get. Say LaShawn McCoy gets a BCA upgrade, there will be a new set with his BCA card. If you buy his BCA card, throw it in the set and you can upgrade that card as well. So for the Bills, the top guy that I would go with would be LaShawn McCoy, obviously, because LaShawn McCoy always gets a Team of the Week, always gets a BCA, so he'll definitely have a bunch of upgrades this year as long as he is able to stay healthy. For the Dolphins, I would go with either Jay Ajayi or Jarvis Landry. Both of these guys have potential to break out this year. Jay Ajayi already has breakout season, and after a couple of games where he had 200 yards last year, he might even end up doing 200 yards again, picking up a Team of the Week or a Football Outsider card. Rashad Jones, possibly. Ndamukong Suh, I feel like Ndamukong Suh is finally about to fall off. Onto the Jets. Now, I will not do the offensive player here in Matt Forte. I'd actually go with Muhammad Wilkerson. Muhammad Wilkerson tends to get a lot of new cards, and eventually maybe get a Team of the Week card as well. Onto the Patriots. Honestly, any of these guys except for James White, and maybe we're going to do so. Basically, Tom Brady and Malcolm Butler are the guys I would go with. Obviously, Tom Brady, an extremely expensive card right now. This card is like 500,000 coins, but if you have the NAT, go ahead and throw that card into the set. Now, on to the AFC North, the Bengals. AJ Green, an absolute beast. Vontaze Burfict, I absolutely hate that guy. AJ Green, an absolute beast. Tyler Eifert, honestly, not too high on Tyler Eifert this year, but AJ Green, still an absolute stud. The Browns, surprisingly, I'm going to go with Isaiah Crowell here. Their offensive line definitely did improve this year, and I think Isaiah Crowell may even rush for 1,200, 1,300 yards this year. Definitely an underrated running back in the NFL. Now, for the Ravens, one of the cheapest sets to do, and one of the most profitable perhaps, would be Mike Wallace. Now, that's because his card is only an 82 overall. Now, you upgrade that to an 83 right now. Say he gets 200 receiving yards, because he's a freaking speedster. Say he gets 200 receiving yards, gets a Team of the Week, an 87, 88 overall card, or whatever. Upgrade that, he's going to have a ton of speed. Now, for the Steelers, honestly, these two sets are going to be super expensive, but definitely the best two guys to do. James Harrison actually isn't even going to be the starter this year. I heard that TJ Watt is going to be starting. LeBron Foster, possibly that he gets a Football Outsider pretty soon, but Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, obviously, going to be the obvious choices for that team, because they're the go-to options. For the Colts, I would definitely not go with Vontae Davis. He just got hurt. Now, I would definitely suggest picking up Andrew Luck. Now, once again, his card is super expensive, but so is T.Y. Hilton, so one of these two, definitely move for that team. The Jaguars, is Blake Bortles in here? No, he is not, and thank God he is not in this set. But Telvin Smith is actually the person that I would go with for this set, because Telvin Smith, absolute beast. He's been balling out. I think he can continue and get some more upgrades. AJ Boyd, possibly. I want to go with Allen Robinson, because Allen Robinson and Blake Bortles, they don't tend to have the best of chemistries right now, but I actually did this Jarrell Casey set because I do have the NAT, so once again, make sure to do those NAT sets. Now, for the Titans, I would probably go, why did I say Titans like that? But before the Titans, I would definitely go with DeMarco Murray, because DeMarco Murray, once again, another great running back, another guy that can break out, get 150 yards, 200 yards. Most of the guys that I would go with are probably going to be the offensive sets in these. For the Texans, honestly, any of these guys are absolutely amazing to do. Whitney Merciless could break out. Jadeveon Clowney, you guys already know, is an absolute stud. J.J. Watt, let's see if he can return to his form. And DeAndre Hopkins finally has a decent quarterback to throw the ball to him. So honestly, the Texans, looking pretty promising for those. The Broncos, I went ahead and did Demaryius Thomas. Now, with the cornerbacks, it's hard to decide on which cornerback to do, because either one of them can break out and have a great, a great week and get a Team of the Week card. Von Miller, once again, he's going to get some upgrades. So once again, Broncos, any of those cards, amazing to do. Now, for the Chargers, I actually wouldn't go with Melvin Gordon. I would probably end up going with Joey Bosa, because of the fact that Joey Bosa can probably get a couple upgrades throughout the year just based off Football Outsiders, or even some, program upgrades. And on to the Chiefs. Obviously, Eric Berry, an absolute stud. Now, once again, these cards are going to be kind of expensive. I believe this Eric Berry is an 87 overall. Yeah, he is. And he is currently going for 194k, so you really have to be careful with which sets you decide to do. But I'm just showing you guys which sets are the best in terms of who will get the most upgrades for the value of the card. Now, for the Raiders, Derek Carr, an absolute stud. And honestly, Rodney Hudson could be another card that could get some upgrades. Rodney Hudson did play pretty good last year, and once again, could get some Football Outsiders. And that is the end for the AFC. But on to the NFC, we're going to start off with the best division in the NFL, the NFC East. And on to the Cowboys. Honestly, any of these guys, they're all going to get 9 out overalls. But if we're going to keep it completely honest, I think Zeke is obviously the best choice to do here. Dez, we'll see how he does. Travis Frederick, a center. He'll get some upgrades. Not that many, though. Sean Lee, once again, could get some upgrades. Kind of injury prone. Hopefully, he does stay healthy. Ezekiel, I know, is suspended, but I believe he's getting suspension reduced. And you guys know EA loves them some Zeke, and he does sell some packs. For the Eagles, I would go with Jordan Hicks, because Jordan Hicks is an absolute stud, and he'll probably get a ton of upgrades. For the Giants, any of these guys are probably good to do, except for Eli Manning. Absolutely hate Eli Manning, and he probably won't do good this season, to be honest. But Landon Collins, was an absolute beast, did amazing in the preseason. Odell, he'll have a couple games with 150 yards, and DRC will probably have a pick 6 or 2, probably against my Cowboys. For the Redskins, honestly, I'm not too confident in any of these guys, but if I had to go with someone, it would probably be Trent Williams. Now, Kirk Cousins, we don't really know how he's going to do with Terrell Pryor. He doesn't have Pierre Garçon anymore, so we're going to have to see just how he is going to do. Now, onto the NFC North, we have the Bears. Now, the Bears, obviously, I'm going with a lot of offensive players just because of the fact that offensive players are more likely to get upgrades. Team of the Weeks and Football Outsiders more likely to be offensive players than defensive players. I know, there is an offensive player and a defensive player for the offense, but there's also going to be a limited time card for the offense and the defense. Honestly, though, for this one, I'm probably going to go with Jarrell Freeman, because his card won't be that expensive for long, and he will get a ton of upgrades. One of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL. For the Lions, though, I honestly wouldn't go with Golden Tate, but I would go with Matt Stafford. Just signed a fat paycheck. He's going to be chucking it up, and I actually do have an NAT version of Matt Stafford, which I may add into that set and do, just in case he ends up getting an amazing upgrade down the road. But we do have the Packers coming up next, and we have Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, Morgan Burnett, and Ty Montgomery. And honestly, the set I would do for the price in this one would be Ty Montgomery. I expect him to actually have a very good season this year, receiving and running wise, and his cards are actually really glitchy. Basically, the spin move is absolutely nasty. For the Vikings, I would go with Stephon Diggs. I believe he's going to continue off of the season that he had last year and probably put up 1,100 yards this year. Now, for the Buccaneers, obviously Mike Evans, the go-to candidate for this, going to be an absolute beast, going to get a ton of upgrades, and Brent Grimes. Remember, once again, this isn't about who I think is the cheapest set. I think it's obviously the cards that are going to get the most upgrades. That is the point of doing the power up sets. If you're going to invest in this, you definitely want to invest a ton of coins. I guess you're going to have to invest a ton of coins to get a ton of upgrades. Now, for the Falcons, once again, the best set to do, probably Julio Jones or even Deion Jones, because Deion Jones got a ton of Team of the Weeks last year and also got a ton of upgrades as well. Now, I'm not too sure if they're going to upgrade, the Journey, the Gauntlet, or those type of upgrades, but I know Team of the Weeks, BCAs, stuff like that. And for the Panthers, the obvious go-to choice here is going to be Luke Kuechly. He'll have a couple games where he'll get 15 tackles, an interception, a pick 6, a forced fumble, something absolutely insane. And for the Saints, I'm going to go with Michael Thomas here. Finally gets to be the #1 receiving option for Drew Brees after Brandon Cooks has left. And on to the final division, the NFC West, the Cardinals, deadass. All of these cards are going to be amazing and get a ton of upgrades, but EA will put out a David Johnson card every single week if they need to. They absolutely adore David Johnson. Now this is one of the go-to sets I want to do. That would be Pierre Garçon for the 49ers, but I would do Navarro Bowman once again, a guy that gets a ton of upgrades. And for the Rams, I'll probably go with Todd Gurley. And finally for the Seahawks, I would go with Doug Baldwin or Bobby Wagner. But those are the best power upgrade sets to do. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. Make sure to let me know if I missed out on someone you think is a good choice to do, and I'll let you know my suggestions in the comment section. I'll see you guys next time.